And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings on this Friday night in May from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. A sunny Friday night where the temperature is warm and we got ourselves a good one to check out in Beach District Lacrosse. The Ocean Lakes Dolphins coming in at 10-3 overall, 3 consecutive wins under Coach Mark Keller, taking on the boys in red from Bayside High School, the Marlins, down on Haygood Road, coming in at 4-4 on the campaign. Matt Hatfield here with you. Jeff Fottmar, camera operator. The Bayside Marlins, coached by Patrick Alio. We'll tell you about his team and the names to know in just a moment. Ocean Lakes certainly positioning themselves well for the playoffs coming up in Region 6A. And not long did it take for them to score it. Number 5 scoring it with 10:45 to go in this first quarter. Put it on the board for the Dolphins is Aiden Dupree. So just like that, Ocean Lake striking first. Let's give you the starting unit for these teams, beginning with Bayside. As we mentioned, they are coached by Patrick Alio, and their group will consist of, we'll give you the roster. I don't have the entire starting lineups, but number 1 is the attacker, Christian Ribeiro. Number 2, mid-attack, Jalen Foxwell. 3, defenseman Tommy Clark. 4, attacker Andrew Cruz. 6, mid-defenseman Sakari Barnett. 7, mid-attacker Rayshawn Wallace. You also have 8, defenseman Julian Duarte. 9, attacker Richard Martinez. 11, defenseman Christian Hawkins. Number 13 is mid-defenseman Gary Gooding Jr., 16 mid-defenseman Philip Durant, 17 mid-defenseman Antonio Hardy, 18 defenseman Adam Kata, Adam Kata. 21 is the goalkeeper Landon Lester, 27 is mid-defenseman William Baker, 33 mid-defenseman Gerald Dedasano, 45 is defenseman Timothy Lathan, 49 defenseman Chuck Minter, 53 the attacker Julian Booker, 55 mid-defenseman Bryce Dietz, and 88 goalkeeper Matt Dixon. Ocean Lakes' goalkeeper number 10 tonight, and that would be Tegan Alexander. If you've watched some of our previous broadcasts with the Dolphins in action, including a shutout just 3 days ago of Green Run, you have seen him operate in action. And the Dolphins unable to score, but they'll keep possession here. Let's give you the lineup for Coach Keller's team. Starters, you got number 5, Aiden Dupree as an attacker. Number 12, you've got Drew Chadwick, another attacker. Number 4, Ethan Locke, another attacker. Your midfielders, 25. And as we say that, another goal was scored by you, me, and Dupree. No, not you and me, but Dupree scores that one with 8:50 to go in the first quarter. You, me, and Dupree all saw that. Let's go back to the starting lineups as Dupree has 2 goals just 3 minutes and 10 seconds into this one. Always pleasant to get that little slight breeze. We don't need a wind tunnel here at Sportsplex on a Friday night, but we'll take that cooler air as it is in the 80s on this seasonably warm May day. But to go with the midfielder in Camden, Longwater, number 25, they have Nate Bushy, number 26, who's a captain for them. You also have number 2, Dylan Labatzi. As the Marlins come away with that draw, some size to number 7 for Bayside, and Rayshawn Wallace has the build of some of those tall, lanky football, basketball athletes that they've produced over the years. many of whom have played for their current coaches and John White on the gridiron and Martin Russ on the hardwood, whose team won a region championship as a 7 seed just a couple of winters ago. Son Landon was the star point guard for that group, in fact. Ocean Lake's able to come up with it, and they're going to send it up ahead quickly, thanks to number 7, who's one of those defensemen, and that is none other than Mikey Locke. He's a starter for the Dolphins, along with 17 and 15. 15 is Sean Madsen, and 17 is Tyson Jacques. And then your goalkeepers, I mentioned Tegan Alexander. We'll tell you some other subs that come through this contest as they enter in. I believe one that's in is now Daniel Shattuck, number 24. He's a midfielder. Drew Chadwick's got it over to Dupree, who's thinking about a hat trick in the opening stanza. Got a couple of Marlins to beat, and that one's going to be high and upstairs, and there is a penalty flag on the field. Looks like there's going to be a hold call. As we'll watch a couple of players check out. The aforementioned Wallace of Bayside among them. I see 18 and 16 have entered the fray for Bayside, and those young men, Adam Cotta and Philip Durant. Another goal is scored by Ocean Lakes with 7:15 to go in the opening period, as they are quickly pouncing on the Marlins.
Number 5, Dupree on the goal.
So the hat trick for Dupree took only 4 minutes and 45 seconds to achieve. As one coach once told me, if you believe, you can achieve. And I think Dupree believes tonight he could achieve that. And he's probably believing he's going to get another goal before this one is done. Dupree trying to get the pass, battling for it with Wallace, who's re-entering the game for Bayside. Marlins trying to move forward. Coach Patrick Aiello, assisted by Coach Dixon, trying to get their guys to move in position and settle down here as Ocean Lakes has come out with a bang. Fresh off a decisive win are the Dolphins on Tuesday. Many of you got to watch, including our camera operator Jeff Fatma, the 17-0 drubbing of Green Run, as they have scored in double-digit goals in 3 straight games during this win streak. Marlins coming in at 4-4, trying to halt this attack that's starting to rev up at the right time of the year with the playoffs approaching. They did have 6 straight games of double-digit goals before that setback on April 25th in the 11-5 loss at Cox. Now with it for Ocean Lakes, it's number 4, Ethan Locke. And that one's going to sail away and out of play. Oh, long shot that hits off the post for 24, Daniel Shattuck. Dupree trying to curl his way in for another one. Nate Bushy has it. Bushy straight away. Excellent save there for Bayside. That was number 21 able to halt it. Landon Lester, goalkeeper. And now with Wallace and company, the Marlins trying to get their first goal. So Ocean Lakes regains possession. Our game tonight brought to you by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better. We're bursting with fresh flavors. We offer grab-and-go catering and boxed lunches. Tropical Smoothie Cafe is right down the road from us, across the street from Tidewater Community College on Princess Anne Road. Ocean Lakes has dominated the time of possession here. Almost 8 minutes gone by. The sun will set likely towards the end of our second quarter as we near halftime. Bayside scoops it up with Tommy Clark. The defenseman who's being chased from behind gets it over to the goalkeeper in Landon Lester. And now being set down and taken away by Aiden Dupree. How slick was that?
Number 5, 8 and 3 on the goal.
And Landon Lester would like to get that one back as Dupree just took it from him and went to work again. It's a 4-0 lead. Aiden Dupree and the Dolphins handling the Marlins. Some substitutions, wholesale style for Ocean Lakes as we watch 25 and 24 run off, and Caden Longwater along with Daniel Shattuck. Number 8 in, and Kelly Williams, midfielder we've talked about before, with some circus shots here on this field, on this surface, this AstroTurf. And speaking of AstroTurf, since 1965, that brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Today, AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic sports-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf. We thank them along with the host of sponsors that make this stream possible for all you, free to view on our YouTube channel, beachsportsplex.com. And look at Kelly Williams with a spin move. My goodness, he thought he was Barry Sanders out there trying to run to the end zone. What shake and bake for Kelly Williams. He's had a couple circus goals before. And I love just the footwork and pizzazz he brings this team. Oh, twist and turn, a little pizzazz the team needs. And he supplies it. That energy coming off the bench, not starting today, but you make your presence felt. And Ocean Lakes has a 5-0 lead. This could be headed for another double-digit performance in terms of goals for Ocean Lakes. I'll tell you, Mark Keller, speaking with him before the game briefly, was very confident about his team's opportunity tonight. And you can see why, for good reason. Wallace for Bayside, trying to handle it. Oh, he's able to do it one-handed with the right hand on the stick. Makes a nifty pass. It's going to be deflected. Referee signals for the tip and that deflection. Ocean Lakes coming up with the deflection. And here they go, racing up the field from the 50 to the 40. Pass just before the 35. And here's Aiden Dupree. And he scores it on the assist from number 17, Tyson Jacques.
Number 5,
So the other goals have been unassisted tonight until that one, where Tyson Jacques in transition was able to find Aiden Dupree for his 5th goal of the night. Dolphins 6-0 on top of Bayside. And the Marlins have had their share of mixed results during this season, a little bit uneven at 4-4. We've not seen any free positioning for either of these two teams, but coming off a 16-1 loss to Kellum, they beat Green Run 10-2 before that, fell to Kempsville 15-4. First Colonial beat them 14-2 to end the month of April. Before that, they topped Lancetown 10-2, did suffer a 20-0 loss to Cox. Open up this season with nice wins, very satisfying ones, 8-5 over Salem and 15-1 over Tallwood. If I'm not mistaken, it's interesting how the schedule works for these teams. I'm looking at it, and I believe the order of the opponents, say for Bayside, it's similar to what they'll have in the fall with football. They play their first 3 games, Salem, Tallwood, Cox. Then I believe it's Lancetown, First Colonial, Kempsville, Green Run, Kellum, Ocean Lakes, PA. So that order is mirroring what it is for the fall season. And look who scores again. Kelly Williams with 1:16 to go in the first quarter. He's got 2 goals, not just in the game, but in the opening frame. And the Marlins might be using a timeout here soon, although there's only 1:16 left in the first quarter.
Number 8, Kelly Williams on the goal.
A very dominating start for them. Bayside winning that draw. Up ahead on the pass, number 2 for the Marlins. Mid-attacker Jalen Foxwell. And now we get a whistle. Ball entering that attack area. So the Marlins, looks like 1 minute will be sitting the card that was handed out for Ocean Lakes. Didn't quite catch that number, if it was 2 or 5. But now down a man. Chance for Bayside to capitalize, but they don't do so here as the quarter's winding down. Here comes Ocean Lakes in the open field. Tossed over to Sean Madsen. I'll tell you in the second quarter what Coach Lauren Logan, the Ocean Lakes girls lacrosse coach, told me about their upcoming playoff game next Friday, where that will be. And the whistle plus the horn sounds, which means we've reached the end of 1 quarter of play. And Ocean Lakes with a commanding 7-goal lead. 5 scores by Aiden Dupree, a couple more from Kelly Williams. One of those goals by Dupree assisted by Tyson Jacques. We'll step aside and come back with the second quarter here on BeachSportsplex.com, plus the YouTube channel. Tell your friends, subscribe and like Virginia Beach Sportsplex on YouTube. And let's hear from One Life Fitness.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
757-455-6563. Give them a call. John's Tax Service is a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service, JPM Financial Services, have been serving all of Hampton Roads for over 20 years. They're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. Score is 7-0. Ocean Lakes on top of Bayside. Before we begin the second quarter, let's hear from another one of our sponsors real quickly, and that would be Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
So give Shine Time a call at 757-797-5645. Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects with years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings. Their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time, Power Wash and Paint. And you can go to vbpowerwash.com for more details online to learn about Shine Time. And we know we have so many visual thinkers and learners out there. I'm among those. You want to see the pictures and what they do? Go up there to the website and get a better look of it. We have 8.7 million people watching. We've got people in Hong Kong, Russia, all over the globe watching us. As my camera operator, Jeff Fatma, is so eager to know the figure. Because we're on for infinity, Jeff. They can watch us live. They can watch us archived. We're available anytime. It's like my radio partner on Saturday mornings, as they give a shameless plug to us on 94.1 FM in Tidewater, Coach Ed Young, to say we've got a pretty loyal listening base in Taiwan, and also very loyal listening base in Taiwan, and also Paris is picking us up pretty good nowadays. So right now, we'll see if Bayside can pick up the pace here in the second quarter. They're behind 7-0. They do have possession here to start after that faceoff. And looking to spin and make something happen is Jalen Foxwell. However, he loses the ball, and now the Dolphins come up with it on the run. Miles Gravett, first time we've called out his name tonight, number 6 for Ocean Lakes. And then cutting and slicing, trying to bounce one in is number 4 for the Dolphins, Ethan Locke. It's going to go behind the net. Drew Chadwick's able to get to it. Story of the first quarter was Aiden Dupree, who scored not just the first goal, not just the second goal, not just the third goal, but each of the first 4 goals for the Dolphins, and got his 5th goal of the period at the 2:15 mark. Oh, collision near the far sideline in front of the Ocean Lakes bench, but you see the clapping and applauding as Coach Keller and company like the hustle from their guys, that spunk. Staying after it. And that one's going to be saved. Looks like it hit part of the stick and the net there. Landon Lester in goal for the Marlins. We'll be interested to see if there is a switch in goalkeeper at any point if we do see Matt Dixon tonight. A lot of girls' teams, the collegiate and high school levels, tend to switch goalies at halftime. We'll see if Bayside decides to employ that tactic tonight, depending on what the score is and situation. Some coaches have different feels and strategies for that. So Ocean Lakes is able to sling one through. 12 finds 4, and with Drew Chadwick finding Ethan Locke, the Dolphins score yet again with 9:57 to go in our second quarter. Whizzed right by the ear. So Ethan Locke makes it 8-0 in favor of Ocean Lakes. Really doing a good job tonight, are they, of spraying the ball around. Nate Bushy receiving it from Thomas Dillard. Far toss over. Kelly Williams comes in. We'll see Bushy run off. Substitution now as the Dolphins are getting a lot of people involved here. So that's Jaden Hahn. Beg your pardon, I don't think that's Jaden Hahn now. It's Luke Rubel, number 9, rather. Oh, little fake shot from Dupree. Gets it back on the feed and then just put too much mustard on it. Better there than on a hot dog. It can end up all over your shirt. Trust me, I've had that happen. 9:16 to go in our second quarter. So I know if you're tuning in, you see the graphic says first, but we're actually in the second quarter. We'll see if we can get that switched at some point. Not that it's earth-shattering or urgent. So Kelly Williams set to put it into play here. Number 4 catches it, Ethan Locke. Locke over to 18, and I think that one, it didn't go through. I thought it did. Great opportunity for Gavin Workman, but the Dolphins will try to chase that one down. And with 8:39, clock stopped. There we go. We've got the quarter now reflected as second period on our screen. And another goal for Ocean Lakes. They're making it look easy tonight. 9-0 our count with 8:23 to go in the second period. Ethan Locke. Made the feed to Dupree, and Dupree gave it right back to him. So Dupree with the assist to make it 9-0 Ocean Lakes. It's good teamwork there by Dupree. He said, I've done enough scoring. I'm going to let you score this time. Unselfishness. You have to have that in a team setting to be successful and compete for a championship. You can't do all the scoring. You might lose that game. Go ask some of these NBA players that score 50, 60 points in a game and they lose. You can't do all the scoring. You got to play some defense. You got to share the sugar, as I like to say. Share the sugar. And Dupree looking to share some more of that sugar. I mean, that sounds, some of these kids may say, hey, be careful with share the sugar. That has a little, they don't like the connotation, but I don't mean it in that type of way. Some people are, get their mind out of the gutter. Spread the wealth, no question about it. That's what you want to do here, and Dupree is doing that. And Dupree here has it. We'll see if someone defensively can step up and take the challenge for Bayside to make this a more competitive battle, because right now it's been all Ocean Lakes, and that one takes a hard hop from number 26 on the attempt, Nate Bushy. And a hop again. Not in the direction they had hoped. Here's Dupree. It's like the defensive assignment right now for Bayside with Dupree is being issued to number 49, Chuck Minter. Marlins have it. Here's Rayshawn Wallace. Has to be careful with his footing as a Dolphins player went down. And now he almost uses the stiff arm, lowering the shoulder, if you will, as he moves up the field. Christian Ribeiro battling for the ball. But Ocean Lakes, very quick and tenacious tonight. Getting to it in a hurry. Here's 17 on the run. Tyson Jacques. The feed goes right by Ethan Locke. And now Bayside getting to it with Chuck Minter. Closing in on 6 minutes to go until halftime. So with 6:01 to go in our second period, looks like we got a timeout. Well, not quite. They're just, I think, getting some substitutions more than anything. So we'll probably keep it right here. And I think now we do have the timeout. Timeout charge to Bayside with 6:01 to go in our second quarter. So let's take one with them as well. Ocean Lakes tonight, 9 goals. Ethan Locke has the last 2. Aiden Dupree had the first 4. He's got 5 on the night, and Kelly Williams has 2 as well. So 3 players accounting for 9 of the scores for the Dolphins, trying to up their mark to 11-3. Let's hear from Vault Athletics and Fitness. Chicho'sPizza.com. Get yourself a Chicho's Pizza. Various locations all across Hampton Roads. 9-0 is our score. Ocean Lakes leading Bayside. Marlins have possession out of the timeout. Wallace's shot saved right there by Tegan Alexander. Beautiful save from him. As you know, Rayshawn Wallace was thinking that would be a goal. Speaking of thinking of goals, Ocean Lakes probably thinking that same thing on the run out with Nate Bushy, except the pass couldn't connect with his intended target on the left, Ethan Locke, who's got a couple of goals already this quarter. Now in transition, Bayside on the move. With it is Jalen Foxwell. Now here's Ribeiro in the X spot. Going right and spinning back to his left. Wallace feeds it out to Foxwell. He makes a fake move on his defender. Gives it back to Wallace. Rayshawn Wallace. Over to the X spot and Ribeiro. Trying to change angles on number 17 for Ocean Lakes, the defender, and Tyson Jacques, who has an assist tonight on Aiden Dupree's 5th goal. And as we near 4 minutes to go in the first half, Ocean Lakes still in full control here. A lot of hollering of get the ball. Oh, and that one takes a ricochet. Nearly another goal for the Dolphins that would have got them in double figures with Luke Rubel. Like it hit the foot or the post. We'll have to get a look at that replay. We'll love to see what it bounced off of in slow motion. We had moments ago. See if we can get a clear look at that. Looked like it hit the right post, right side of the post. And that one takes a hop as well. Kelly Williams trying to squeeze one through for his hat trick tonight. Under 3 minutes to go now in the first half. Dolphins slice that one away. Here they come on the run. Moving it beautifully. And instead of taking a shot, they'll have another one go hopping off the post. Dylan Labatzi. Thought Drew Chadwick had a great angle to take a shot there. It looked like he passed it on that far post side. But the Dolphins can certainly work on some of their passing and stick movements here these last couple of minutes of the first half. In complete control, up by 9. And that one's just going to squirt away and hit to the back fence with 1:40 to go in our first half. Gives us a chance to tell you that whether your child is competing as part of a lacrosse team, likes to ride a bike, or is on the road to Olympic glory, the multidisciplinary team at the CHKD Sports Medicine program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in pediatric and college athletes. We thank CHKD Sports Medicine for its support of high school athletics and youth activities over here at the Plex. Not the type of close battle that Bayside had hoped for and maybe envisioned. Instead, Ocean Lakes with another comfortable performance to follow up what its girls did earlier tonight, 12-5, pulling away from Bayside in a game that was 6-4 at intermission. A night where Summerlin Gates had 6 goals for them. And I teased it earlier in our broadcast at the end of the first quarter that I spoke with Lauren Logan earlier as she was exiting tonight. Ocean Lakes' girls will begin its playoff journey in Region 6A a week from tonight, next Friday, over at Salem High School. They're not sure of their opponent yet, but in Region 6A, some of the schools that they could possibly collide with or run into, if you will, for the postseason in 6A. We'll tell you about some of them here as I pull up the region plan. And, of course, as I pull it up, I can't find it at the moment. You just know how that works. It's just typical. For Region 6A, you have 11 schools. This is the last year of the cycle. As Bayside has a pass with Wallace, going to be hard to handle here. Ocean Lake's among those 6 schools. Cosby out of Richmond, Franklin County from the Roanoke area, Grassfield from Chesapeake, James River of Midlothian from Richmond, Kellam out of Virginia Beach, Lanston out of Virginia Beach, Manchester from Richmond, Oscar Smith from Chesapeake, Thomas Dale from Richmond, and Western Branch from Chesapeake comprise that region. I go on to say all that because it will also impact the Ocean Lakes boys, who are also going to be in the Region 6A tournament. Those pairings have not been announced yet, but I would imagine they will be posted online and published, available for any fan, and be it Ocean Lakes alum, just a fan of lacrosse, to see at VHSL.org. And so we tell you all of that. Kelly Williams adds to his total tonight with 8 seconds to go in the first half. Kelly Williams has himself a hat trick, his 3rd goal of the night. So the half winding down, and Kelly Williams gets himself a hat trick. Really good job again by Aiden Dupree as the clock was ticking down from 13 to 12 to 11 to find Williams, who makes a move, and then Williams goes to his right and scores the goal. Probably could give Dupree an assist on that, although I would imagine the official score will say Williams created it by shuffling his foot left, going back right, and then scoring it on the goal. So I'm not sure if it will technically go down as an assist, but a lot of that created by Dupree, who has been stellar tonight. Ocean Lakes moves to 5A beginning next school year. So we'll tell you about that region for 2023-2024, which will pretty much comprise the entire Beach District. Before we go to break here at halftime, it is Ocean Lakes 10, Bayside nothing. 14 schools in the adopted region alignment plan for 2023-2024 through 2026-2027. It's basically a 2 to 3 year cycle. And of those 14 schools, almost all are from the Beach District, with Bayside, First Colonial, Kellam, Cox, Green Run, Kempsville, Ocean Lakes, Princess Anne, Salem, and Tallwood. That's 10 schools. And then you have 4 schools from the city of Chesapeake: Great Bridge, Hickory, Indian River, and my gracious, who was the 4th one? Deep Creek. So that will be the region plan for next year. And then for the Beach District 6A schools, well, only one of the 11 will be a beach school. That's Lanston. The rest will be from Chesapeake, Richmond, or anywhere else. So there you have it. We're at intermission. And with it being at a halftime, Ocean Lakes leading Bayside by a count of 10 to nothing. We're going to step aside, let you hear from some of our sponsors that make this broadcast possible, and then come back with the second half in a little bit. Again, our title sponsor tonight is Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Go check them out online. Yeah, tropicalsmoothiecafe.com is the website for that. They operate more than 1,150 locations nationwide, and there's one right here in our backyard in Virginia Beach. Go see what they got for you online at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. We'll tell you more about them as we move along, but let's begin our halftime break hearing from Legacy Lacrosse, helping grow the game.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one. Just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Happy does taste good. Get it delivered. DQ.com, where you can grill and chill. Dairy Queen, one of our many sponsors of not just lacrosse action, but we bring you football, soccer, field hockey, and so much more. And Dairy Queen, thanks you for being fans all these years. Every day is sweet when they're serving you blizzard treats like Oreo fudge brownie, Reese's, M&M's, and cookie dough. Here's to many more years. Dairy Queen Lansdowne, fan food, not fast food. Sometimes you might even run into Matt Hatfield there. I was there today. It's true. Hey, let's get you caught up on some scores and other spring sports happening across the area. I know we don't tend to focus on some of the colleges, but do want to shout out Christopher Newport, NCAA Division III lacrosse playoffs. The men's team defeating Hope 17-9. So the captains at 17-2 will play the winner of Gettysburg Scranton in a game to earn a quarterfinal matchup at Jennings Family Stadium. Next game time is tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7 p.m. Softball action in Hampton Roads. Pocosin beating Smithfield 3-0. TCIS Championship. Mansman Suffolk blanking Norfolk Collegiate 10-0. So there's a couple of spring sports scores to pass along to all of you out there. And across the Beach District tonight, in high school lacrosse, we mentioned a little bit earlier that the Bayside girls fell to Ocean Lakes by a count of 12-5 as Summerlin Gates scored 6 goals. As far as other boys matchups happening right now, Tallwood playing at Princess Anne this evening. You also had earlier tonight Salem versus Green Run over at Kellam High School. And coming into this evening, as far as the standings, just to recap from what we're seeing on beachdistrictva.org, Kellam at 12-0 overall, 11-0 in the district or the conference. Ocean Lakes at 10-3, Cox at 9-1, First Colonial 6-7, Kempsville 5-4, Bayside and Princess Anne both 4-4. They'll square off on Tuesday over at Bayside. Lansdowne at 2-8, Salem at 2-5, Tallwood and Green Run both looking for that first win. 0-7 for the Lions. Stallions at 0-8 on the campaign. Got a couple more minutes here before the second half will begin, so let's hear from one of our sponsors. And who better to hear from than John's Tax Services? It's a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Services have been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. Let's hear from them.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
One Life Fitness, one inspired life. We're here to help. Start your new membership today at any one of our 8 convenient Hampton Roads locations. Just go online to onelifefitness.com and claim a free trial pass. One Life Fitness. So second half face-off coming. Marlins will be going from right to left. Dolphins from left to right. It's going to be one here. Wallace battles with 24 for Ocean Lakes. And that would be Daniel Shattuck. Official signals possession to the Marlins here as Wallace races into the territory of the Dolphins, and nearly a goal as he dumped it off, and number 4 had a great look at it from straight away and just shot it quickly. The attacker, Andrew Cruz, went firing. Marlins have it. 11:29 to go in the third period. Back to Rayshawn Wallace, who tosses it over to a teammate. See what Bayside can do with it here. Wallace has it. Going to spin away from trouble. Straight away, it's going to get away from the goalkeeper. Slide far to his left. Here come the Dolphins now on the breakaway opportunity. And off the mark was Dylan Labatzi. Dolphins backing off just a bit. We'll see what number 14 can do for them. And that, of course, is someone I don't have on my roster sheet. I can tell you at one time it was James Scarbeck, but he is not shaded in my roster sheet at the moment. So we'll work on that for you all. Ocean Lakes working on the passing, continuing to swing it from the side to side. Luke Rubel with the toss. Temperature dropping just a little bit here as the sun is going down on this warm Friday in May on Mother's Day weekend. Make sure you treat mom special this weekend. Everyone's very thankful to have that special person in her life that fills that role. And if they do, make sure you tell her how much she means to you. With 9:25 to go in the third quarter, Bayside still trailing this one 10-0 to Ocean Lakes, which got its last goal with 8 seconds to go in the first half, courtesy of Kelly Williams. Marlins trying to race up the field with Sakari Burnett. And Sakari doesn't keep it for long. Did not keep it for long. See if the Dolphins will stay on the attack here. And that one's going to roll away from number 12, Drew Chadwick and company. Clock will stop with 8:29 to go. If you're a new viewer and haven't been following the sport closely, this is the first official season for VHSL Lacrosse in the Beach District. Previously, Beach District schools have played the sport optionally under the club umbrella, if you will. But the girls with two 25-minute halves, the fellows with four 12-minute quarters. And if we do end up tied after regulation, which does not look like it'll be the case tonight, they do go to overtime. We had a thrilling double overtime game here back in April. In fact, it was Kempsville outlasting First Colonial in that one, 12-11 in double overtime back on April the 4th. Rallying to win that one on the game-winning goal from Hudson Pentecost on a pass from Max Stratton. We saw Kempsville last Friday, in fact, beat Lansdowne 13-3 in a game that had a couple of unfortunate injuries. We did not get any update on those young men that suffered injuries, but we still wish them all the best. And the Chiefs looked mighty good behind Max Stratton in that game, who scored 5 goals before halftime. And certainly could see the Chiefs in the postseason picture. Right now, for this year, as far as the regions go, all the beach schools except the ones we've touched on for Region 6A, like Ocean Lakes, Kellam, and Lansdowne, participate in Region 5A. So we'll be curious to see how that playoff bracket looks for a lot of the spring sports. Not just baseball and softball, of course, and track, but certainly here with lacrosse, too. We've seen a number of beach schools bring home some hardware regionally and statewide. Think of Green Run basketball winning region championships. A few of them state championship during the COVID season that they shared, in fact. Princess Anne girls basketball's won a bunch of them. Green Run football has won a couple of region titles. And Cox field hockey. Nobody that I can think of has more championships than the Cox girls field hockey program, which has just been legendary over the years. Nancy Folks and Julie Swain, and certainly that tradition has continued on and on and on over the years. And even to this day, under Taylor Roundtree, who has done a magnificent job with that program, keeping them at a state championship level year in and year out. So we'll see if any hardware comes back to some of these Beach District schools for the spring season. And Ocean Lakes girls looking mighty strong, like a contender at 10-1 on the year. The Ocean Lakes boys had a couple of minor setbacks, but looking to be a factor come playoff time here. Marlins have it now. A little more than 6 minutes to go in our third quarter, as they're trying to get some daylight to get a shot on goal. Dolphins with Thomas Dillard, number 23, racing off. A couple of substitutions as Kelly Williams makes a pass over to number 3 and JP Estrada. First time we called out Estrada's name tonight. Let's give him a shout out. And missile goes behind the net. A lot of pick it up, clear it. Some of the instructions still being shouted out by these coaches, which you love to see. And a couple more whistles. Bayside with some more changes. Wallace coming back in for them. He towers over some of these smaller players. with his size and stature. Did not get a graduation class as far as how many seniors these players or these teams have for either group. Would be curious to see what the composition is for both. I believe, if I understand correctly, Wallace is a class of 2023 athlete. I believe he is a senior for Bayside. If you're wondering about Aiden Dupree, I don't have that information in front of me, but we'll effort it in the coming days, perhaps. Wallace takes a hop on his entry there with 4:47 to go in the third. Getting close to the net, but unable to get a shot off as he's just basically corralled by three Dolphins. Is Christian Ribeiro. I think he was getting excited near the net, but nothing happened there as the Dolphins just swarmed him. Here's some of the sticks clacked together against one another with 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Up ahead, here comes Ocean Lakes on the run out. Chance to do something with Dylan Labatzi. And then opportunity comes up empty. And that one not going to go through. Another empty trip. So the scoring has slowed down. But that's not a bad thing for Ocean Lakes, leading comfortably. And as we say, the scoring slows down. It never slows down if you're Aiden Dupree. First goal of the half for anyone, and it's by the guy that's been scoring goals left and right all night long, Aiden Dupree. His sixth of the evening. Makes the score 11-0 for Ocean Lakes. I'm actually showing Ocean Lakes' Aiden Dupree is a class of 2023 athlete, so this is the last rodeo for him. Play with the club team VB Rough Riders. Players from a number of different schools I see on that group, from Kellum and Nansemond Suffolk Academy, Catholic, Norfolk Collegiate, Indian River, Cape Henry, Great Bridge, Kempsville, First Flight, and others. Had 4 goals in a game last month against Lancetown. And has had a hat trick before. Well, tonight, the double hat trick with 6. We'll see what kind of charge Bayside can mount here at the end of this third quarter. They like to avoid being shut out because they know rallying and erasing an 11-goal deficit and winning the game seems highly improbable. But they would undoubtedly like to get a little juice going into Tuesday's game with Princess Anne to close out the regular season. This is the finale for Ocean Lakes until the playoffs, which is slated to begin next Friday. We mentioned earlier Ocean Lakes girls will be in action over at Salem High School Haven't gotten a location or opponent for the Ocean Lakes boys. And the failure to advance the ball, procedural call, signaled by the referee on the near side. Failure to advance the ball over the center line in 20 seconds or to bring the ball into the goal area within 10 seconds after crossing the center line can result in a turnover, which just took place there. Under 2 minutes to go in this third period. Dolphins make the pass. On point there. Bumping into a Marlin, but still proceeding forward is Sean Madsen. Madsen with a pinpoint delivery. Gets it over to number 23, Thomas Dillard. I think the Dolphins will play some effective keep away these last 70 seconds or so to not allow Bayside possession and take an 11-goal lead into the fourth and final stanza. Kelly Williams sends it over. Dylan Labatzi. Williams with a missile. Didn't go through. Oh, and right there near the net, and somehow, some way, how did he do that? Aiden Dupree with the jump goal. That was like the Tim Tebow jump pass at Florida with the Gators. I'm not just saying it's because this is a multi-purpose field that can be used for football, soccer, and lacrosse. But you got to watch that highlight later, folks. If you're watching on our streaming channel, and I know there's only 6 or 6,000 or 6 million of you. I don't know how many there are, but you got to go back and watch that. Just go to I'm not sure what it'll be at the mark, but you want to go to the 38-second, no, it's probably, about the 38-second mark of the third quarter. 38-second mark of the third quarter, and then our clock continues to run because it's now a 12-goal lead. And Aiden Dupree with his 7th goal, his most magnificent I think I've seen this season, and certainly tonight. So just when you thought Ocean Lakes would let the time go bye-bye, they get one more goal. So the clock will be continuous. It's a running clock. And we're going to run on out of here just for a brief moment. But don't go anywhere because we're coming right back. That's the tease. Commercial time. And let's hear from one of our sponsors, beginning with they're playing on the turf. Oh, it's such a nice surface here in May, June, July, any time of year. And we thank our friends at AstroTurf.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
So we thank our friends at AstroTurf. Since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Today, AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic, sport-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf. Make sure you also stop by the newest 13,000 square foot facility located in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach. It's the Vault Fitness Facility. Here's what Vault has to tell and offer all of you. Check them out online, vaultathleticsandfitness.com. You'll find out more about Vault, where they specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes. Vault Athletics and Fitness. Go bookmark it, like Jeff has it. He has it bookmarked, I'm sure, on his browser. VaultAthleticsandFitness.com. We just gave me the oh yeah. You got VB field hockey, camps and clinics, programs, team members, so much to learn about. All right, we've got the lights on, so I'm not looking into the dark now. It's getting a little darker here in Virginia Beach on this 12th day of May, the year 2023. Matt Hatfield here with you. I want to thank our camera operator, Jeff Fatma. Also want to thank Garrett Jackson for troubleshooting some of our technical challenges we had earlier tonight. Nick Sentai, Chuck Thornton, and the entire hardworking team from the Virginia Beach Sports Club, Virginia Beach Sportsplex. But speaking of the Virginia Beach Sports Club, I want to give this little shout out and tease. It's not even on my rundown script. Go sign up and be a member of the Virginia Beach Sports Club. You'll have some great fun going out there. We've got our big banquet end of this month. You can hear great guest speakers from time to time. In fact, last month, Tony Elliott was in town from the University of Virginia, head football coach. Really neat to hear him speak. Go sign up today. I give that plug out there. All right, face-off won by Bayside. Marlins trying to do something here to make this interesting these last 11 minutes. They know the outcome is not going to be in their favor, barring something miraculous that we've never seen before in high school lacrosse. But what they want to do is get some confidence for Tuesday, because that game with Princess Anne is pivotal. Both teams, I think, with the same record coming into tonight. Ocean Lakes, you want to get out of here with this win without any injuries. Use your bench. Rest your guys. Rotate different people in. The final score is pretty much you can name at this point. No need to mess around and get one of your key contributors dinged up with the playoffs around the corner. So I would say get Aiden Dupree some rest, some much needed rest, because Dupree has been scintillating tonight with 7 goals. Here on the run, a couple of Marlins got in the way. I think there's going to be a penalty, as I saw a flag thrown. Not sure what the foul call was there, what the procedural call was. Play continues on as Ocean Lakes has it with right now number 4 in possession, Ethan Locke. And Ethan Locke, rather quietly tonight, had a couple of key goals in the second quarter to begin that period at the 9:57 mark and the 8:23 mark. Dupree had an assist on that second one. Drew Chadwick set him up on that first one that pushed the deficit from 7-0 to 9-0. And here we are closing in on 10 minutes to go in regulation time. Kelly Williams, who's had a couple of magical goals. He's looking for another highlight reel one. And there he is, Kelly Williams with his 4th goal of the evening, folks. Oh, if you missed it or you want to see it twice, you can go back and do it on our YouTube channel. Kelly Williams with 4 goals tonight. And I'm not sure how long he's been playing the game or what his outlook is, as far as beyond this level college-wise, but he's got a lot of skills and ability that I don't think you can teach. Just God-given, raw, natural talent. And this Ocean Lakes team that Mark Keller has, he's got some special individuals on it. Dupree's one, Williams is another. Certainly Ethan Locke comes to mind. Ryan Devlin, Nate Bushy make some of those unsung hero plays. And Tegan Alexander in goal tonight trying to get a shutout. He had one really, really incredible save. Not sure if there will be any postseason games here at the Plex and what that status is looking like, but we can tell you that the Ocean Lakes girls will play next Friday at Salem High School, opponent to be determined. I would think this venue is certainly suitable for some postseason games, be it at the regional or state level, but want to make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep it tuned to social media outlets to follow, whether it's your school that you follow. And beachdistrictva.org for updated schedule information for a lot of your spring sports, winter sports, fall sports throughout the year, to keep you posted on what that's looking like. So I imagine we'll see some more substitutes over these last 8 minutes and change here. as we watch the action continue to unfold here at the Plex. That one hits the fence with 7:40 to go as the clock continues to roll. Again, with the 12-goal lead, actually a 13-goal lead, it will remain a running clock. It would take 2 Bayside goals for the clock to stop on whistle blows for the remainder of this contest. Actually, it's my understanding that even if Bayside scores multiple goals here, the clock's going to continue. So, with the time ticking down, Daniel Shattuck gets some high fives from his mates, his teammates, with 6:44. And that's the only, for a brief second, does the clock stop once the goal is scored. And then it continues to roll again, 14-0. As Shattuck gets in the scoring column. Ocean Lake's looking to pitch another shutout. Let's see if our man Fatma can guess the number of shutouts this year Ocean Lakes has had. This is their, by my count, 14th game. See if he can guess. Pick a card, pick a card. He says 2. What do you say out there, viewers? See, he must be listening pretty good. It's actually more than 2. This is going to be, if it holds, their 5th shutout of the year as they blank Tallwood 15-0. It'll be, that's right, he did get that right. It'll be their 2nd this week if the score holds because they beat Green Run 17-0 on Tuesday night. 15-0 over Tallwood on April 4th, 15-0 over Lansdowne April 6th, and 13-0 over Salem April 18th. I think we've seen 1 or 2 of those before. Bayside trying to avoid that being the case here and get 1 on the board. Before this one is put in the books. Five minutes and change to go. Give me a chance to tell you that, well, our temperature right now is 77. With that light breeze, it's going to dip into the low 70s, which is my kind of weather, folks. I'll be wishing we had that when we get to the months of July and August. Here's Bayside trying to get something started up with number 9, I think that is. He had it for a brief moment, did number 9 for the Marlins. Now number 4 has it. So it was in the possession of number 9 for Bayside, Richard Martinez, and then the attacker Andrew Cruz able to get it back. And Cruz is trying to cruise his way into the net and score, but he's going to have to give it up here. Now he gets it back. Dolphins aren't going to quit playing defense. Even if they don't stay on the aggressive end offensively, trying to add another goal on the board, they can still apply energy on defense. No doubt about that. Oh, it's deflected. Pops out to Bayside with Jalen Foxwell. Marlins have it. And it appears we have an injury. Young man is holding his, looks like his lower foot, leg, ankle area, number 9 for Bayside. We just referenced him, Richard Martinez. So the clock will stop with 4:04 to play. We'll take a quick timeout while he's tended to. Hopefully this is not going to be a long one. 4:04 to go in this Beach District finale for the Dolphins. Ocean Lakes leading Bayside 14-0. We'll first hear from Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
And good to see that Richard Martinez is able to walk off under his own power. So that injury is not too serious. See some of the kids playing from straight away across the way. Let's see if Jeff can maybe get me a quick zoom on some of those kids playing frisbee across the way from us. Well, you see some there. Let's see if we get see if we get some of there real quickly. Just a quick little. See those kids over there playing frisbee or wiffle ball or something. But we're back to action on the field that matters, I guess. That's the lacrosse game here with Bayside and Ocean Lakes. Now he'll try to get you all. That's the neat thing about bringing your family out here to the Sportsplex. You know, you'll have a great time. Let the kids go run around in the grass. And mom and dad can just enjoy what they're watching on the field and not have to worry about, little Johnny or Susie bugging them to go buy it. Well, they can always get the snow cones and the stuff at the concessions, but nagging them, if you will. Let them go play. Let them have some fun. Work that energy off. Tell you what, Ocean Lakes has so much energy. Their bench guys have come in and they've not missed a beat. Usually you see some teams have a drop-off. You're up 7-0, 9-0. It becomes 12-3 or 14-5. There's been no drop-off tonight from them. They have been all week long. This has been a week that you want to see as a coach, if you're Mark Keller, that springboards you into the postseason. To have that type of sharpness in 2 games in a row, 2 teams that were hungry looking for something in Green Run and Bayside, and Ocean Lakes has just bottled them up completely tonight. Christian Ribeiro tossing it over to Rayshawn Wallace. And let me tell you, Bayside's got some good-looking athletes out here. We see Rayshawn Wallace. We've seen Christian Ribeiro. There are some players out here that have helped them win 4 games this year against Beach District foes. Certainly have some size and some length. But Ocean Lakes has been fundamentally sound and executed tonight to give themselves a great chance to get another shutout this week and stay rock solid moving into the playoffs. Two minutes and change to go, and actually about to tick under 2 minutes to go. I want to tell you all out there, if you have not heard it before, you'll hear it now, that all of our games are available on our streaming page on YouTube at Virginia Beach Sportsplex. That's Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This contest and so many others that are being streamed here. Please like and subscribe. We thank our sponsors for making this free. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, go visit beachsportsplex.com/streaming and fill out the contact information. Again, beachsportsplex.com/streaming and fill out that contact info. And even if there's something you'd like for us to possibly stream broadcast, get involved with, we'd love to hear from you. We always appreciate feedback from our loyal viewers and those that follow high school sports and youth activities across the city and Hampton Roads. Signal from the referee, possession with the right hand in that direction. So we hit under 1 minute to go, and it's going to stay over here with the guys in red and white from Bayside. We'll see if Bayside can avoid the shutout. From behind the net, looks like that's double nickel, number 55, Bryce Dietz. That's the first time we've called him out since the opening of our game with the lineups. Now Ocean Lakes on the run. Time's ticking down. And Dupree, I think that was Dupree, or was that 25? I didn't quite catch that. Happened so fast in front of me. Yeah, I think that was Dupree. And the time has ticked down. 000 on the clock. The Ocean Lakes Dolphins complete the victory, their 4th straight win to move to 11-3 overall, 14-0 tonight. Half of those goals scored by Aiden Dupree with 7, Kelly Williams with 4 goals. And the Dolphins celebrate this dominant victory. A couple of goals scored by Ethan Locke and Tegan Alexander. Let's salute him, the goalkeeper, with a shutout tonight as Ocean Lakes will be heading into the playoffs with some momentum at 11-3. Bayside at 4-5 before their regular season finale at home against Princess Anne coming up on Tuesday. Again, we want to thank our entire team from Chuck Thornton, Nick Sentai, Garrett Jackson, and my camera operator and partner, Jeff Fatma. I'm Matt Hatfield. We appreciate you watching. We thank all of our sponsors, including our title sponsor, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, where you can eat better, feel better. Go pay them a visit at Tropical Smoothie on Princess Anne Road, right across the street from Tidewater Community College. Once again, our final score, Ocean Lakes 14, Bayside nothing. This has been a presentation of Beach District Lacrosse on beachsportsplex.com and our YouTube channel. So long from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Good night, everyone.